Hello, my loves. So, message for you. Do not plan your life more than 6 months at a time. Some people I know are already like, impossible. I must plan my life out way more than that if there's going to be major events. But here's why you should not, for your own mental health and to reduce your anxiety. First off, my name is Janae Robinson. If you haven't seen me before, I'm a spiritual life coach. I use magic and mindset practices to help Black and Brown women heal, activate the inner healer within themselves, and create a soul deep happy life. One of the things I always speak about is how everything is energy and frequency, and more than that, how important it is to stay connected to your spirit team, whether that is your ancestors, deities, guides, whatever the case may be, is to stay connected in all ways, because that is going to help you with the plans moving forward in your life. Now, why I say you should not plan more than 6 months in advance. Things happen so fast as far as things changing, right? And the world right now we are in, things are happening at a very fast pace on the spiritual energetic level, and we are seeing that manifest in the physical. Where you are right now is not where you'll be 6 months from now, emotionally and mentally, and probably physically for some of you. You're not going to be in the same place. So you planning your life like, oh, by the end of, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this, and then making your plans all the way up until the end of the year, that is not, you can make loose plans. You can make, I call them spirit plans, right? But you can also make concrete plans as far as this is the goal. Let's do it that way. You can make a goal for yourself. But as far as step-by-step plans, make them understanding that they will probably change. Because life is lifing. And your spirit team, a lot of times, will have a better plan for you than you could think of for yourself. There's this guy called Bashar. I think his name is Bashar. And he channels like a spiritual, an entity from another planet or something like that. But it's like gives advice and everything to people. And one of the things he said was that you need to follow your excitement, follow what makes you happy. But by doing that, it will put you in the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance is, in my opinion, following your spirit team's advice. So for instance, you saying, I want financial abundance. Your vision of how it's going to come to you may not be the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance could also be that abundance coming in the form of an opportunity or a person, or it doesn't have to come in actual money, financial wealth. It can come in other ways. But if you're so stuck on a particular way of doing something, a particular step-by-step process, then you are blocking your own self. You are no longer on the path of least resistance. It's really important that you stay connected to your spirit team, and get their guidance moving forward to kind of check in. You know what I mean? And, you can have your plans of what you want to do, but understand that they can always shift and change. And even the plans that you do make, the step-by-step things that you do, those can also change in an instant, right? So for instance, I'm going to go to China in May for 3 weeks, right? Very excited. And that was part of my 6-month plan. So I bought the ticket and everything. I had to get 2 separate tickets. I had to get one from Fort Lauderdale to LAX, and then another airline, LAX to Guangzhou, China, right? Now, the perfect example of plans going haywire, but my spirit team putting people in place to keep me on the path of least resistance. JetBlue has sent me literally, it was a 3rd email that I got from them where they pushed the time of my airline, my flight back to where now I would only have about an hour and a half between me arriving in LAX and me flying out again, which is unrealistic. I had planned for it to be a 3-hour window, so I'd have time to get my bag, recheck my bag, get to the, all of that. And LAX, I've never been, but I hear it's massive and huge, and my anxiety was already like, we can't deal with it, right? So I wanted to mitigate that as much as possible. But I kept getting these emails from JetBlue. Oh, there's been a change in the time. There's been a change in the time. So now you're not getting there until even later in the day. So I started to stress about it. And so I called one of my best friends. I said, I am stressing. something that I'm going to have less of a window, but I'm just going to have to tough it out. And she said, well, why don't you call them and see what is the first flight out, explain the situation. You may have to leave the night before, which it had never occurred to me to possibly leave the night before, so that I could just get a hotel room for the night and be ready in the morning and I wouldn't have to stress about it. But her giving me that idea, I was like, that's actually a perfect plan. So I called JetBlue. They said, yeah, unfortunately, with the way airlines are going right now, the flight that you're on is the earliest, but we can put you on a night before at no extra charge, right? So they did that, and now everything is fine and we're back on track and I have way less stress about it. Thank you, my spirit team, for putting people in place to help me reduce my anxiety. But that's what I mean when I say you can make your step-by-step plans and plan everything, like perfectly line up. I'm flying on this airline, which will perfectly time up with me for 3 hours to go. And then something happens and it gets turned around. But you have to be able to flow with that and also share your struggles. Ooh, yeah, that just came through. But yes, to share that as well. Yes. Sorry, sometimes I'll be talking and a message will come through from my spirit team to add to it. So here we are. That happens a lot. To share your struggles. If you are going through something, if you have a plan for yourself and you're doing it step by step, whatever that plan may be, please be open with your friends in sharing that idea. Certain plans, if you're starting a new business or something like that, then in the very initial stages, keep that close to your chest. But otherwise, you need to be sharing what you're going through more with your friends, because that's the way your spirit team will put people in place to give you the guidance and advice you need to move forward and shift and flow with the change of plans, because there will be a change of plans. Yes, so there you go. Be way more open in sharing what you're going through with the people who love you and the people around you, because they'll be able to help you through whatever it is and help you back in being guided back on the path that you're supposed to be on. So yeah, a little bit of an addition there, message. It's going to be really important for you in that respect too. Community, right? They're also saying community. Sorry, this is becoming a channel message. Who knew? But they're saying community is very important. Actually, I've said that before though, they've been telling me that for a while. But they are saying in relation to this message particularly as well, community is very important. Your community, as far as building it, strengthening it, not building it, strengthening the community, the circle that you already have, strengthening that bond, and that is going to help continually keep you on the path of least resistance, and that will help you on your plans. So it may even be that what you see as your plans falling apart is simply a reshift. It's like wiping the slate clean and then rebuilding from there, or shifting. They're saying shifting you to a better path. Yes, shifting you to a better path where you don't have to work so hard to do what you need to do. You don't have to make your own path. Okay. Yes. So they're showing, who knew this would end up being a channel message? So they're kind of showing me two paths on not in like a forest, but on like a road. And one is just like full of, you're walking along and you're having to clear the way for yourself, right? You're having each step to have to clear the way for yourself because you have this plan for yourself and you're continuously moving along and clearing it for you. And then they're showing me on their side, they're the ones clearing it for you. And there's no resistance because they're in front of you clearing the way for you. But you want to do it yourself because you think if you do it by yourself, you're going to be more successful or something, or you're going to be more proud of yourself that you did it all by yourself, but you're not meant to do it by yourself. You're meant to do it in community. Like other people are meant to help you along your way. Because this path, it's not just the spirit team doing it. It's like people that they've put in place as well are clearing the way for you. So you can just smoothly walk forward because the way is already being cleared for you. Whereas this way, where you're trying to do it by yourself and clear the path for yourself and do all of these things and not open up because whatever misguided thought you have that you have to be individualistic and do things by yourself, that's causing a lot more resistance for you. And it's not beneficial for you. So you have to understand. Yes, Chloe, I see my cat is wanting attention right now. Girl, get down from my chair. Let me finish my video. Ugh. Okay, anyways. You have to understand that in this time of your life, you don't have to work so hard for your for what you want to come to fruition. If you just trust that, okay, this is the idea I have for myself. I'm going to go to China in May. Originally I was saying April, and then I shifted it. I said, okay, you know what? May is just as good. I'm going to go to China in May. I was looking at prices. Did I have any money for such an adventure? No, not even a little bit. But I put it out in I made it my spirit plan. It's the spirit team. I don't know how you gonna make this happen, but this is what I'm gonna do. And I was researching towns I wanted to go to. When I tell you I made the entire plan for the 3 weeks already, I was like, I'm going for 3 weeks, and this is the towns that I'm gonna want to go to. These are the plans that I want to make. This is like the food I want to try. Like I literally like planned the whole thing when I had no money to fund this idea I had for myself. But it was an idea and something that was on my spirit and on my heart that I wanted to do. And even in meditation, they were like, don't worry about it. It's going to happen. Don't worry about it. Just keep planning it. And I planned it. And then something happened to where the funds came in. And I'm able to now do that. And also put money in savings, which is wild. So, I mean, and now that's all planned. But even still, I'm not planning anything concrete past May, because that trip I think is going to be a life-changing trip for me and will then dictate where I go in a concrete form. Then when I come back, I'll be making more concrete plans because I'll know more once I come back from that trip, if that makes sense. There are certain things that are also going to happen. Okay, let me back up. When you become more in tune with your spirit team and with yourself, because the portion inside of you is just what's in the energy, your soul that's inside of you right now is just a small portion of the magnitude of your spirit. Like what's inside you right now in this human skin, in this physical form, is a small portion of the totality of you. Like the more of it's like across timelines and dimensions. It's like, it's in the future, it's in the past, like it's everywhere. So the more you stay in tune, it's in different states of emotional being, right? So if you're not confident now, I guarantee you there's a different timeline where the you that you want to be, the part of your energy is already super confident in that timeline. So you can pull on that. Look, there's anyways, the totality of your spirit is massive and goes across always. So when you are able to stay tapped into not just your ancestors, deities, spirit guides, but also with the magnitude of your source energy, right? The magnitude of yourself and your own spirit and the magic of that and the power of that. When you're able to tap into that, you're then able to have faith in a lot of ways that things will work out. But more than that, you'll be able to just know certain things. Like me knowing that, okay, this trip, I'm going to meet people, things are going to shift and change that will then dictate the concrete plans I make for myself when I get back. Do I know what's going to happen? No. Do I know who I'm going to meet? Also no. Do I know what town I would even want to end up living in? I don't know. All of that though will come to, do I even know? I'll be in a completely different mental and emotional state by the time I get on the plane to go to China, right? So, but you'll have these knowings of, yeah, I'll know more after this, so I'm not going to make any plans past this. The more in tune you stay to source, and honestly, your spirit team is from source. So let's say overall, the more you stay in tune to source energy, which includes your soul ancestors, deities, all of that. The more you stay in tune with that, the more you'll be able to trust yourself more. And it will look crazy to people that don't understand and are not in tune like that as well. Like they will probably question you and be like, Janae, no, you have to have a more concrete plan. I don't understand. Like, you can't just say, oh no, this will change, it'll happen. That's not how that works. Like, so you'll have people who will doubt it. But that's okay. This is your dream. This is your vision. This is your goal. But stay open to stay open in the flow. So one thing Spirit has been telling me I need to work with a lot more is water. And so I'm even using that language of water more, staying in flow. But imagine it like that. Imagine this is your goal ahead. Everything that's happening, you're like water flowing over rocks, flowing over anything like that. Allow yourself to flow through any what you think is a block of your plan. Understand that it's not. It's a shift. It's a redirect. It means that where you've gotten on your path, that's not a place they've cleared for you, and you need to stop, evaluate, so that they can better show you, oh, no, go a little bit to the left. A little bit to the left. You veered off the path a little bit. That's not where we've cleared for you. Don't get distracted by the shiny. Let's focus here on the path that we're clearing for you and go there, right? So you gotta keep that image in tune as well, okay? All right. I love you guys. Please make sure to subscribe and also follow me for more information so that YouTube knows that my information is worth watching. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Bye.